All right, so you're going to get a quick introduction about counting atoms. As we set our path into balancing equations, you're going to need to know this information when you put in those subscripts. So that's what we're going to start with today. All right, so you've got obviously your coefficient, you've got your elements for your symbols for your elements, and then you've got some of these that have subscripts, okay? And the first thing you want to do is separate all the elements. So we've got potassium, we've got manganese, and we've got oxygen. All right, this 2 is pretty much going to multiply with anything that's here behind it, okay? So if we look at each individual element, like potassium, there's not a number here, but it's understood as 1. So this 2 multiplies with that 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So that makes it 2 atoms of potassium. Okay, the manganese, it's the same thing. There's not a number there, so it's understood as 1. So then this 2 multiplies with this 1 to make it a 2. So 2 atoms of manganese. And now this oxygen happens to have a subscript. So then this 2 is going to multiply with this 4. 2 times 4 makes 8. So that gives us 8 atoms of oxygen. So now if we look at everything we have in this formula, we have, or this compound, we have 2 atoms of potassium, 2 of manganese, and 8 of oxygen. Okay, so looking at another situation where you have parentheses. Okay, in this situation, same thing with the coefficient, it multiplies with everything that you have here. So here's lead. It's not inside of parentheses, and there's not a number there, so it's understood as a 1. So this 3 multiplies with this 1. 3 times 1 is 3, so that makes 3 atoms of lead. Okay, now for these 2 elements, the nitrogen and the oxygen that are inside the parentheses, there's a 2 outside. So what you end up doing is that you end up multiplying this 3 with this 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, and if it helps, you can even cross it out just so that you know that it's 6. Okay, once again, 3 times 2 is 6. So now this 6 multiplies inside the parentheses. Okay, so this is understood as 1. So 6 times 1 is 6. And this oxygen already has a subscript of 3. So this 6 also multiplies with that 3. It's a distributive property. 6 times 3 is 18. Okay, so then that shows us all the atoms of 3 lead nitrates. Okay, so 3 atoms of lead, 6 of nitrogen, and 18 of oxygen. And this is how you count atoms.